Mike, turn your games down.
I'm your movie episode of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, who's on a bug hunt with me tonight.
I'm in the pipe, 5x5. It's Kerry Carusetta.
And from the YouTube channel Rich Kale, this is Richard Sampson, and I may be synthetic, but I'm not stupid.
This is Kyle, and of course someone has to do this line. Get away from her, you bitch!
I'm sad Discord edited you out, or not edited out, you made you not come out loud.
It's those older models. The older models were always so twitchy.
Yeah, I'll say they were a little twitchy. Hey, we hear you now.
Hell? It only started not doing my voice when he brought Craig in. Sorry about that.
Like you.
Craig pushed
I'm
you
Michael
out.
Colby. I'm Michael Colby, and I've never been mistaken for a man.
I've seen that beard. I disagree.
That is my favorite line in the entire movie.
It is a good line.
It's so good.
Gosh. Bill Paxton plays such a fucking idiot.
Even if it included some brown face. Still.
Oh, was she not Hispanic?
Oh, no.
No.
No, she's
Yeah, I know.
Jewish.
I know a lot of Hispanic people with the last name Goldstein.
She could have married someone and dyed her skin white for Terminator 2.
Yeah, you know.
She's the foster mother in Terminator 2.
Yeah, and she's
Janelle.
white.
Yep.
I was wondering why she looked so white in that movie.
With red hair.
She's also in the extremely underrated 80s horror flick Near Dark. Great movie.
Oh,
No idea,
Oh, yeah.
unfortunately.
I'm not aware of that one.
Oh, great.
Near Dark, but I don't remember.
She is in. I also recognize her in Star Trek Generations.
Hell yeah.
She's
Nice.
she's like a random officer in the background.
Okay.
Oh, and I should mention what we're here to talk about. We are here to talk about Aliens, directed and screenplay and story all by James Cameron, and came out in 1986.
And you can tell that this is a James Cameron movie.
Yep.
Yes,
for better
you
and for
can.
worse.
But I just want to point out also Walter Hill.
Yep. Oh yeah, Walter Hill. Right.
Yeah, also who has actually been a writer on I think pretty much all the Alien movies. Like he's or at least a producer. Yeah, I'm looking as a producer on like the TV series that's coming out. He's executive producer on that.
The Earth show, Aliens Earth or whatever.
Yeah, Alien Earth. Yeah, but I was saying like he wrote like Streets of Fire. I remember, and then
He directed. He's also a director. He directed
Oh.
Streets of Fire.
That's right.
He's directed like a ton of movies.
Yeah. Oh, he wrote Streets of Fire also.
Yep, and Streets of
And
Fire is
the Warriors. That's what it was. I knew.
Yeah.
I knew. I was thinking. I was like, I thought he did the Warriors.
It's a good
He
movie.
did the Warriors. 48 Hours.
He directed. Yep, he directed all those too. He also and by the way, Streets of Fire. That movie is literally just the entire inspiration for Final Fight.
But see, I thought the Warriors was, but like it's like it feels like Streets of Fire is like it like a
The main
spiritual?
character of Streets of Fire is literally named Cody. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
mhm.
I learned something new.
Yep.
Okay, I'm
So
about to check
I'd
it out
say
someday.
it's a little bit Streets of Fire and the Warriors kind of together. Willem Dafoe. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Warriors I know. Defoe's in that
Yeah.
movie?
Yep.
No, in Streets of Fire.
Streets of
Okay.
Fire. Sorry.
Oh, he's got to be a young Defoe then.
Walter Hill is just like a legend, and yeah, he was one of the writers on Aliens.
Yep.
All right, so I always like to kind of start these off with our memories. So I have seen this movie. I think this was my second or third time watching it all the way through. I think my second, but I knew like I must have seen the director's cut at least once because I was expecting a scene that wasn't here until you guys told me why I wasn't there. I was like, did I misremember this? So, yeah, I mean, I remembered very little of this movie though. Like it's been a long time since I've seen it.
Oh.
And Richard,
Well, if you had listened to the episode that we did on Alien, I got exposed to this at the same time I saw Alien, and that was my British literature teacher in 11th grade, Mr. Conahan. He showed us both Alien and Aliens. He had them on Laserdisc.
Ooh.
Yeah. And we watched them in class. He gave us tests on them. It's still one of those I think it's those were the only tests in that course I aced 100%. But it started a lifelong love for Alien, for the franchise. And if you would look at my own library here, you could see I have a good deal of Alien books.
Oh, I know. And Kerry.
Yeah, so I'm of the right age for this movie. This movie came out. It was in theaters when I was 3, but so this is something I grew up just watching over and over and over again. Like when I was probably way too young for it. I would estimate I've seen this movie. I mean, definitely more than 30 times.
Damn.
I watch it pretty much once a year. It's one of those movies. So I've seen it, yeah, dozens of times. It is one of my very favorite movies. I have like the I don't remember if I have the Blu-ray or the DVD. I think I have the Blu-ray that has the director's cut on one disc and the regular movie on the other. And I've seen the director's cut a few times, but I've mostly seen the theatrical cut, which is my preferred one. But yeah, this is one of my favorite movies, and it's funny because I never saw Alien, which I think I was on the Alien podcast. I never saw Alien until it was in theaters in 4K in 2019. And I think that's the better movie, but I still, this is like my favorite of the two. And this is in my probably like top 20 movies ever. So yeah, I love this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
And Colby.
The Alien franchise is like my favorite franchise as far as like horror movie franchises go, or like anything with this many movies. I think the Alien movies are the only ones that really don't have a bad one. Like even the bad ones are entertaining. I would just like to preface before we get into the conversation that I do love this movie. But when I watched it this time with like a critical eye, I have a lot of problems with this movie. And it mostly comes down to James Cameron refusing to edit his movies. I think this movie could have gotten the first hour down to a half hour and it would have been a much better movie. But we'll get into that later. But I do want to say that I do love this movie. I think it's a great movie. It just takes way too long to get going.
You always bring the hot takes, Colby. Always.
I mean, I can understand where you come from there. I disagree with it. I think it's good pacing, but to each their own.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I like how long it takes to get started. I think that beginning intro, well, I don't know about that. I think you could shave off maybe 5-10 minutes out of the beginning.
There are some
For sure.
things that are not well, if you watch the special edition, has these extra minutes in it, they do shave some of that out. If you read the novelization by Alan Dean Foster, you will actually, they were originally recorded and they were originally planned, and they left them out, but it does add a little bit to the story, especially when you think about it. You are if people haven't seen Alien, they don't know as much about Ripley as they would coming in, from watching the movie.
I don't think it's the Ripley stuff that needs to get taken out. Like there's a lot of, let's call it James Cameron bullshit, where we're like focusing in like very slow panning close-up shots of like the dumbest shit for no reason. Like when she gets into that loader, that scene is like 90 seconds long and it should be 15 seconds long. It's just a lot of stuff like that.
I disagree with that so much. And the special edition just makes that worse. Like, I disagree. Like, and that is like, was like one of the coolest things. Like, I was watching it with my son this yesterday. He's never seen it. And he goes, "That's so cool. I wish we had those. That'd be really cool." As soon as she stepped into that thing, which I don't know. I feel like the first like 15 minutes I'm looking at it now. It's 17 minutes that they're on the space station before she gets on the Sulaco. I feel like that's where you could trim some stuff, but I don't know what I would cut. Maybe I would cut her like, I don't know. Like you could maybe make the board meeting a little shorter. You could cut a minute here, a minute there. Like
Yes.
I'm like, oh yeah,
that's
so, because my favorite part of the movie, like my very favorite part of the movie is that it's from about minute 17 to about minute 35 from when they're on the Sulaco. That's my just getting to know the Marines and their banter at the beginning and everything, and then them dropping onto the planet is like my favorite chunk of the movie.
I'm the opposite. That stuff made me like, oh, this is where we're getting the scene where we find a bunch of people who are going to get killed and make us hate them so that we don't feel so bad when they get killed.
Wait, who do you
Because
hate?
these Marines are obnoxious.
Oh
Okay.
God, I disagree so much.
So before we keep going with Colby's hot takes corner, first two things I want to say. One, I could have more of the opening. I could have a whole movie, hour and a half version of her just on that space station and them being bureaucratic, and I'd be okay with it. I'm a straight person. And Kyle, what is your memories of this movie?
Oh yeah, Kyle, I'm sorry.
Because there's actually a couple things I want to respond to for Colby. Nothing like so much like nothing really discussion worthy, but just a couple of quick comments. I'm a kid of the 90s, so I'm very much more familiar with James Cameron based upon Terminator 2 and to a lesser extent True Lies and those films as such. And now here's the thing I'm gonna warn everybody about with my feelings and my highs and lows with James Cameron. I fucking love the shit out of James Cameron. And as I say just that, I'm going to be critiquing a lot about James Cameron. And I'm going to say that I think I have some authority to say all these things about James Cameron because, so little bit of fun history, queer history time. My legal name is literally Kyle Reese. That's my full legal name. That's not my last name. It's my Kyle is my first name. Reese is one of my middle names, and I literally named myself that after the character of Kyle Reese from the Terminator because I fucking love the first two Terminator movies so much, so very, very, very much.
I just want to say I love this revelation.
Thank you. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna say this as just a bit of a warning that, like, I'm gonna get, like, pretty fucking persnickety about some shit. But yes, so my history with this movie is, I didn't actually technically grow up with it because I was, like, way too young to do a lot of the Alien movies, and also I was way too afraid. Like, I'm all about horror now, but, like, in my single-digit to teenage years, I was a fucking wussy baby, and, it took me a long time to watch, the Alien movies. I finally did. I believe I caught Aliens on TV. I watched the majority of it. And then I watched it again years and years ago on streaming. I think it was on Netflix like ages and ages and ages ago. I believe that was also the theatrical cut. I've actually never seen the director's cut. I might still watch it after this and just kind of compare notes. But I haven't really felt the need to because I kind of feel like the theatrical cut does everything that it needs to do as a film. And I'm kind of okay with that, to be honest. But yeah, it took me a while to get into the Alien movies because I was way too much of a chicken shit. That being said, though, that is the majority of my history. And to my little responses for Colby, I'm going to disagree with you on the Marines being quote-unquote obnoxious. I get they're kind of boisterous and brutish, but, like, I feel like that's kind of the point of them, considering what they're going into. And also, man, I can't say enough nice things about Sigourney Weaver and Ellen Ripley as her character in this film, and just Sigourney Weaver's performance. Yeah, it's no fucking wonder why she got a goddamn Oscar nomination for this movie. Like, this movie, of all the movies too, like a goddamn rarity that for a horror movie or an action movie or a sci-fi movie to get Oscar nominations.
The first time anyone has been nominated for Best Actor or Best Actress for a sci-fi movie.
Genre films are almost never fucking in the Oscars, but like, goddamn, Ellen Ripley is the one constant form of praise I will always give this movie, is that there's honestly, even though for how long she stays on screen in this movie, there's almost times where I'm like, it's not that I'm going to say there's not enough, but it's just like, no, you know what, just keep focusing on Ripley, because, like, I fucking love her. I love her character in this. God damn it, she's such a great source of courage, and I love watching her. And she is so perfect in this fucking movie. Holy shit, she's so good. Like, I say that again about the Oscar thing, because, like, yeah, no, it's no wonder why she got nominated. Like, this movie is that damn good that, yeah, it's no wonder. She's fucking excellent in this. She's the one thing that I feel like literally every critic I've ever seen who's critiqued this film has always agreed on. And it's like, oh yeah, it's no wonder. She's fucking perfect in this.
She's perfect in everything. Like, she's undeniable.
Oh yeah, she's
Yeah,
a
and
in my opinion.
great actor.
That's one of the
Great
main
actress.
reasons that Alien is a better movie, because it's about her.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, that's just, sorry, a quick little thing I wanted to respond to about Michael Colby's opening comments to this. But yeah, that's sorry, my little bit of history along with just a couple of quick little responses. But yeah, that's pretty much my opening history of not only Aliens, but just the series in general. It took me a while to get into these films because I was way too goddamn afraid, but now that I finally dove in, I'm so happy I have done so. In fact, I'm actually gonna agree with Michael Colby on this. Even the quote-unquote bad movies of the series are still fascinating and, like, fucking great. Like, I know that sounds weird that I say they're great, but just, like, God, they're so fucking fascinating. They're fun to watch. They're so
fun,
weird.
yeah.
They're
Even the
weird.
ones that aren't necessarily good are fun.
Like,
Yeah,
they're so weird. I love it. Like, holy shit. I wish more bad movies were this weird and interesting. Like, man.
Every movie in this franchise has helped add to the lore.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And just to also bounce off what you said, this was also Sigourney Weaver's first ever Oscar nomination.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And as you said, it's the first time. It's significant because the first time an actress was nominated for a Academy Award for science fiction or an action film.
Yeah, at least as lead actress. I think there have been a supporting.
Yeah.
And I think there have been, I said actor also, but I think there had been one before that. But
And this was like one of only, I think, 3 award nominations Sigourney's had in Oscars.
yeah, I don't know.
She was nominated for a BAFTA for most promising newcomer in Alien.
Yep. I believe she also got nominated for her performance in Gorillas in the Mist, I believe as well.
That's a good
I'll double
movie.
check.
We watched that in my 9th grade biology class.
Ooh, nice. Good
Yeah.
choice.
The 3 Oscars that she was nominated for, 2 were for Best Actress. That was Aliens and Gorillas in the Mist. And Best Supporting Actress for Working Girl.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
that's a good
another damn solid good movie. Working Girl.
Yeah, she won Golden Globes for Gorilla. She was nominated for a Golden Globe in Aliens, Best Actress Motion Picture.
Mhm.
She won for Gorillas in the Mist, and for Best Supporting Actress, she won the Golden Globe for Working Girl.
Good.
And she should have won something for Ghostbusters. Just gonna say.
Yeah, I can get that. I like your character in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
She's good in Ghostbusters, but she's not in it enough. Maybe supporting actress.
Yeah, I could get that.
Yeah, I meant supporting. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna have another hot take, Kobe, and tell me that's a bad movie.
No. Sigourney Weaver's great, and Ghostbusters is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'll never say anything bad about Ghostbusters.
Hey,
I think
nothing
it's
would
perfect.
surprise me anymore about you, Kobe.
I oftentimes say the same thing about you.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And earlier when you were talking about the opening of this movie, about how you could like have some stuff cut out, I really want to know, Zach, if you listen to this episode from Absolutely the Best Podcast, A Work in Progress, do you think the same way as Kobe? Because you guys agree a lot of times.
Yeah, we agree a lot. I don't necessarily think that they need to cut parts of it out. I think they just need to make the scenes shorter. Like I think you could cut the beginning of this movie in half and not lose a thing except for some James Cameron bullshit.
Okay, so
the bullshit for me comes later.
Like the slow panning shots of the beautifully crafted models and stuff. I love them. When I was watching it yesterday, I rewound the opening shot of the Sulaco like twice to just marvel at the model work. And it's only like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff is great, but like you could look at pictures of that stuff too. Like I don't need slow panning shots across that stuff.
The only thing I could see cutting is the first 17 minutes when she's on the space station before she agrees to go. You could shorten some of those scenes and knock that 17 down to maybe like 13, but it's fine. I was just We
That's
were
all I'm
watching
saying.
it yesterday, and I was like, when are the Marines going to show up? When are we going to get to meet this delightful cast of characters? The only one that you like dislike is Hudson, and he's hilarious, so you don't really dislike him exactly.
I dislike
know?
it.
Yeah, I love this movie. I just think that James Cameron needs to be reined the fuck in. And I think part of the reason that I like a lot of other movies in this series better is because of the direction and the editing. David Fincher directed 3, and Ridley Scott directed like Prometheus and Covenant, and like those are just tighter movies.
Oh God, I can't imagine calling 3 a tighter movie. That movie is geez. Okay,
It's
Just have to disagree
I'll bring you on, Colby, when
it's
I
not
do
a
3.
better
Movie is
movie.
like-
It's
movie
just
is so like meandering and confusing and hard to even figure out what the fuck is going on half the time. That movie is a mess.
It's
We
a
will
David
get there in a
Fincher
different
movie.
episode.
What do you expect?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. No, I much prefer Cameron's direction.
Fair.
Though
Yeah.
I'll say again, Ridley Scott, the first movie. Yeah, I mean, it's also, I was saying in the chat earlier, it's apples and oranges, right? Alien is a horror movie. Aliens
Yeah.
is an action movie.
Something
There's not-
Still a horror movie.
Something I want to actually comment, though, another thing where it's like, I was actually genuinely surprised by this. You know, for all of the talk that I feel like Michael Colby's been bringing up with this and, like, the pacing, I was actually kind of shocked at how quickly it felt, like, the film felt when it got to, like, the whole point in the action of, like, okay, we gotta round up these fucking characters, we gotta get going, we gotta go to the thing and do the thing. Like, I don't know, like, maybe it was just me, but I kind of felt like it was pretty quick. I was like, oh, you know, I know this movie is like 2.5 hours, but even then, like, I felt like that was a pretty quick, you know, couple of minutes.
It's an
does-
hour.
Yes.
It's an hour into this movie before this stuff starts happening. Is like my main problem with it.
Oh, okay,
is
yeah,
that
yeah.
It's
I
an
can
hour
understand
before
that.
the stuff starts
But
happening.
I like
I think
that.
it might just be a me
personally.
thing. My apologies.
No, and what I'm saying is definitely a me thing. I'm big on, I've said it on this podcast before, and I've said it in the Discord before. I'm a movie guy. I'm not a film
course.
guy. Like, I don't want to.
No, of course.
When I'm watching an alien movie, I want to see the alien before an hour into the movie is my
That is a little long.
main problem with this movie.
And it works.
Oh, I don't
in the
know.
first
You don't
movie
see
better than this one, because the first movie is all about suspense, where this is an action movie. But also to counter that point, I like it better because, I mean, I could have watched this movie all in one city. I watched it in 2 sittings, unfortunately, because I got tired. And it's a long fucking movie. But like, it meshes well together. There's a lot of movies that can feel like 2 different movies. Like the second Jurassic World, for example, it feels like 2 different movies put together. Where even though I prefer the slowness of the first half of this movie, it still works really well and feels like one movie. But yes, for an action movie, it is kind of strange to take an hour before your villain show, before your monster show.
And the first movie is all about the suspense. It's all about the buildup. So it works a little bit better. I don't know. I think it's really weird for an action movie to take an hour to get to the action.
But yeah, and I can get your point there, but it's building up. It's one of those things. They're going on a rescue mission. Is this a straight up rescue or a bug hunt?
Another bug hunt. I love the implication of that line, because that means, okay, so they've encountered other aliens.
Yeah.
I want to know about the other aliens.
And that's
Same.
where some of the expanded lore goes into.
Is it
There was
just
I don't care about
xenomorphs, or are there like other like
other just
alien type creatures?
There was a role play game. I remember having a book for it. I never really played it myself.
Oh man, I want to try that. That just makes me wonder about like what would that like feel
But
like.
they had some. I remember seeing some different types of aliens in the book.
Is Starship
Yeah.
Troopers in the Alien universe?
No,
Ah,
No. But technically, Blade Runner is tech, I guess.
yeah, fuck. Oh man, that's
Sort of.
Mm-hmm.
sort of.
There's
yeah.
reference to it again in this movie, too. There's some
Yeah, and
comments.
there's
on that.
little oblique
Wayland-
references.
I mean,
Is
let's
Wayland Yutani in Blade Runner? It's been a long time since
Wayland
I've seen
Yutani is an Avatar.
Oh man, fucking.
Oh, gross.
if you look at things, you could see clever. Like if you want to talk about this, there's some clever nods in various franchises and all that. If you look at some people bring up the promenade sign in Deep Space Nine.
Mhm.
If you would look at it, you'll see listings for Diva Droid, listings for the Jupiter Mining Corporation, which are nods to Red Dwarf. There's also nods to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy in there, if you look for them. So trying to say that these are all interconnected, you could just say that just by those little nods.
I want to back up. I was incorrect. It is not in Avatar. It's referenced in Avatar, but not.
Oh,
It's
okay.
obliquely. It's like Easter egg kind of thing. It's not actually.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so like I said,
The main thing being that in the Alien franchise, they constantly call the Weyland-Yutani the company, and in Avatar, they
okay.
call the company all the time. That's like, and so it was kind of, it's like a very it's a subtle nod. I thought it was more overt than that. I just want to say, we're talking about the speed of things and how snappy it is. Once the alien does show up, I've got the movie playing in a window over here. The alien shows up almost exactly the hour mark. 4 of the Marines are dead by an hour and 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yep.
And then another one is seriously injured a minute later.
Yep.
And we have a car chase a minute after that. This movie has like a burst of action.
Yes,
But I guess that there is like a long space where they're hanging out in the infirmary. That's like, it looks like it's like 25 minutes when they're like hanging out in the infirmary.
Scene.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying there's like a long space there that I guess, if I was going through and trying to find ways to cut, I guess, I don't know. I can't see cutting anything. Like, this movie is almost perfect to me, honestly.
I was upset.
Yeah, and again, I'll just say, I love the Marines. I love the sergeant, who is played by an actual Marine sergeant, who was the first Black Marine sergeant to be promoted during Vietnam.
Rules. That
to
guy
sergeant.
fucking. I can't remember his first name, but I think
It's
his last
Al
name is
something.
It's his last name. The actor who plays him. I believe his last name is
Al Matthews.
McDonald. What?
It's Al Matthews.
Al Matthews.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the actor's name. Because yeah, he's actually also really fucking good in this movie.
Yeah, he is so. I just love where he's like, "You secure that shit, Hudson."
Yeah, he's
All right,
so
asses
great.
and elbows. Let's get it going.
Yep.
He's awesome, but it does feel like we couldn't get Carl Weathers, so can we get this guy?
I think he's better. I think he's better at this particular role than Carl Weathers would have been.
I'm sure he's better, but
He's got that
I
meanness
fucking
to him.
love Carl Weathers is fantastic, but come on, like that guy is also good.
no. And
My favorite thing when they're in the pods and they first wake up, and he wakes up first, and he goes, and then he just pulls out a cigar.
yeah.
Just has one ready. Like he
It's
just
so
has
good.
one in his pocket ready to go. It's like, oh yeah, here we go.
He's like, I love the Marine Corps. Every day is an adventure. Every
I was thinking about
moment
that,
is
though.
sunrise.
If you were frozen,
he's
would your
awesome.
cigar still be smokable?
I love all their banter at the beginning and all the stuff with Vasquez. And there's some of them that are a little bit like, they're like, I mean, I don't think, gosh, he's the other Frost, the other black guy in the group, who he has one line. He has one line, and then he gets lit on fire by he's the first of them to die.
I think he's
brutal.
No, I think there might have been 2 or 3 lines he had.
Yeah,
The one that comments, "It's a bug hunt."
Yeah, he says that, and he says something else at the breakfast table. So he has a couple of lines at the breakfast table, just kind of responding to people, and then he just gets lit on fire by friendly fire.
I mean, we go back to just going back briefly to the station. I mean, when you're saying about things that were cut, there was a small bit cut from the station time. It was basically showing Ripley sitting in that. There's a moment where Ripley is sitting in what looks like a arboretum.
Yeah.
And she's looking at the picture of her daughter.
Yeah. Well, I think in the deleted scenes, she talks to her daughter on a video chat or something, or am I misremembering that?
No, her daughter's dead.
Her daughter's dead. Okay. I thought her daughter was old. No, I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah.
Her daughter is old, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This movie basically starts with her ship the narcissist being found. And you first get a thought that these aliens that are finding her, and then you see them and they come in and then they take off their suit and like, damn, there goes our salvage.
Yeah.
Because
she's alive.
Dead,
yeah. Yeah. And it's been 57 years, which is why I would think it's completely plausible her daughter will still be alive. But
no, it was completely plausible. Of course, it's also you get that hit.
Yeah.
That she's not only missed the birthday she'd be home by,
right.
She missed out on the entire life of her daughter.
Yeah.
And we get introduced to our company man, brilliantly played by Carl Reiser.
Paul Reiser.
Paul Reiser.
All right, that's right. That's how I missed.
He plays such a good asshole.
He's
my
so
God,
good.
And you know
great
what
at
the
this.
shocking thing is about him? He's not really like, sorry, this might make me sound like capitalist piece of shit, but he kind of really isn't that much of an asshole until like a good way through, and then like once he shows his true colors, it's like, wow, I was actually fooled by you, you fucking scummy
He
piece
says,
of
I'm
shit.
a company man, but I'm not a bad guy.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, oh, maybe that is true. And it's like, oh, you scummy motherfucking garbage heap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can never
Yes.
trust a company man.
He's so good. I love it.
And then we go like, I'm going to bring up another deleted scene because after we have the whole thing, which it took people years to discover this, and it was only discovered recently, but there is a lie. It goes by quick in the text when they're going through the the files of the lost crew members. It sort of reveals that Lambert was transgender.
Ah,
Yeah, there's a few little references like that in that first part.
Yeah, it's just a thing that's in the file. You have to really pause. It's not something you're going to catch unless you actually pause it on the screen and you know what you're looking for.
Interesting.
But this is when they hear the deal, and this is also when Ripley finds out that there's been people. It's been 57 years. They're doing a terraforming they've been doing terraforming on LV-426.
So when I was younger,
Yeah,
I
that's
always
that's
thought.
not in the deleted scenes or anything. That's just in the regular movie.
Yeah, no, that's in there. There's some deleted scene stuff. But one thing, when I was a kid, I always thought that they went to this planet because she had told them about it. So then they sent the team. I didn't realize until this watching that they were already on the planet, but Burke's dumbass sent them there to go investigate.
Yeah, which again, you have that scene that's in the extended cut, which I do love watching that because I'm a bit of a Red Dwarf fan. Person that sends him out, Simpson, Al. He's like, "Hey, that family you sent out, they want to know if their claim's going to be honored." Well, yeah, it is. I mean, why did you sent them out there on what the company said? Yeah, well, why'd they send them out? You know what happens when a company and all that. It takes us 2 weeks to get a response. And 2 weeks for them to get it. I'm like, why are they going to go? Why do they need to go out there? And why am I to send the message when I know the answer is don't ask?
That actually for a cut scene that actually makes perfect sense, because one of my questions about the movie was like, because they do the thing with Ripley and they're like, oh, the colony's fine, the colony is whatever, and then the next scene they're like, we haven't heard from the colony, and I'm like, what the fuck happened in 45 minutes?
Time passed is what happened.
Yeah.
And that is where the deleted scenes help, because it shows the time passing. It shows her like she's got to get a job, and so she gets a job working on the loading docks using that mech loader, which I don't like them having that scene, because her using the mech loader and impressing the lieutenant and the sergeant and them like chuckle like, over there I'll be fine, like she is like a real like badass moment, and it's undercut by having her do it earlier. Similarly, the deleted scenes show Newt and her family, and them seeing they've just seen the face huggers in the lab. They've not seen the aliens yet. They haven't seen the full xenomorphs, so they've seen the face huggers in the jars, and then the motion detector goes off and it turns out to be Newt. That's a great surprise. You don't expect, a child's going to appear.
Yeah,
because you were introduced
really just
to
waiting
it.
for the child to appear if you've watched the deleted scene showing her and her family. And it's like, that's the kind of stuff I wouldn't put in. But it does make it clear, time has passed in the deleted scenes.
And if you know about it, I mean, I had, after seeing the movie and I started getting into aliens, one of the first thing I came across was a 2-issue comic, because I was a big comic collector back at that time. And it was called Aliens Newt's Tale.
Yeah.
And you get the story as it's told from Newt's point of view, which means you get to see, going out there. There's a little bit more in the comic. I mean, as they're heading out to find what they're looking for, which they don't know what they're looking for. It's like there's banter going on in the buggy. It's like, it's mine. And the wife's like, and mine. And then each kid chimes in, and mine, and mine. I got too many partners. That's sort of like, that would be typical family banter doing something like this. But they don't show that. You get to see what happens with when the aliens start showing up and when they start really invading en masse. So it's beautifully, you never though. I mean, you get told it later. They don't reveal who sent them. Not
No, and I think
until it
that's
happens
good.
in the film. That's good. You get
Yeah,
to see them. You get
like
to see. You're getting to see what's happened and get a feel. This is a colony. This is a shake and bake colony, as they call it. They are developing a world to be habitable, so you don't have to walk around in spacesuits. So obviously, they're not going to go out much exploring when they set up when they get everything built up there. No, they're going to stay there for as long as it takes for it to be habitable. So you're getting to see the colony as it's evolved and get you an idea for, they'll maybe 70 or 80 families. It sounds like a lot. And then when you see what's being built up, it really sinks in. It's giving you an idea of what cost has been.
I don't really feel like I need any of that. I think a lot of times movies feel like they need to explain stuff too much. And I think this movie does a perfect job of, I know everything I need to know from this movie. There's not one thing in this movie that I needed explained. All of it is like, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. They said there's six. I see they barricaded. This hallway's barricaded with like carts and like filing cabinets and stuff. And they're like, oh, it looks like they made a final stand here. That's it. I got it. It's civilians fighting in a hallway. I like, that's my problem with the deleted scenes. And if you want to go and seek that stuff out and read comics and stuff, that's great. But I think that this movie is just about perfect in terms of like, it tells you exactly the amount that you need to know. Otherwise, except for, again, I think, like I said, I'm looking at it now and I'm like, it is basically from when the dropship crashes and then they come back. It's about 30 minutes until Paul Reiser tries to kill them with the facehuggers.
Yeah.
And you could maybe some of that could maybe get, or no, it's not. I'm looking at, I thought it was 30 minutes. It's actually 15.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't really know what I would cut in this movie. I don't think I'd cut anything.
I don't think you need to cut anything. I would
2
like
hours and 15 minutes and
it's long.
2 hours.
The only thing they cut from that point was showing the turret guns being set up, and
I was sad.
Yeah, I actually like that. Yeah,
me too.
That's one of the deleted scenes I think I'd like is the turret guns
because I feel like it adds
they're cool.
tension. Like in the hallway, they're just listening to the turret guns go, and the turret guns run out of ammo, and they're still coming. From what I remember, because I didn't watch director's cut or deleted scenes.
Yeah,
so I've seen them in a couple of years, so yeah.
Yeah, so it does make. I mean, they cut that out. Of course, the scene where they send Newt's family out and all that.
That definitely that's the one I'd really want to cut.
And like I said, that was left out of the theatrical release. It just adds more to the story. It gives you a little bit more sense of everything Newt's lost. She lost her parents. She also lost her brother. And
but see, she talks about her brother is the thing. Well, I hear you though. Yeah, sorry. I keep like harping on it.
It's just
I blame Colby.
It's one of those things you have it in there.
If you want my other hot take about this movie, you could have taken Newt out completely. She is useless to this story. Like, I get it. She's the stand-in for Ripley's daughter, but like, I don't care. Ripley's a badass, like, space hero at this point. Like, just let her deal with her grief without replacing her daughter.
You can't have a woman not be a mother. I mean, that's just crazy. Women aren't badasses.
Like as a kid, I didn't pick up on that at all. I'll say, but
here's the thing, and here's why Newt being in there is a good thing. As she's shown that she has survived. She's child. Her biggest asset is that she can go places that the aliens can't go. That's how she survived. This means that she's also being a kid that grew up on that station. That means that she can get you from point A to point B.
Well, and I think the main thing is she serves as a reason for Ripley to go back down and confront the Queen.
Yeah.
Right? Like, otherwise that doesn't
otherwise.
She's not going to do that otherwise. I think she's fine, but I do hear what you're saying. Like, if someone's like, all right, non-negotiable, we have to cut 30 minutes out of this movie, then I guess Newt's what you cut.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It feels like Newt is shit. What's the cat's name?
Jonesy.
Jonesy.
Jonesy, it like an upped stakes version of Jonesy. Like
Yeah, I can see that.
I also
That's
like
all
that
she is. She's not really even a character in the movie. She's just there for Ripley to protect. But
I like that she called Jonesy a piece of shit. Or no, I'm sorry, a shithead.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a
you're
cat.
staying here. You're staying here, you little shithead. And I'm like, that's awesome.
I call my
Actually, that's my
cats
cat.
shitheads all the time.
Same. Especially when my little guy bites me. I'm like, you little fucker. He likes to bite lightly, but he'll bite to be like, hello.
Yeah, but
Chomp.
it's a point. I mean, let's face it, some of those Marines, they would not have known the tricks through the vents to get to where they were going.
Yes.
When they had to make that go through the vents. They might not have even thought of the vents.
I mean, obviously they didn't. They didn't even think about the fact that the aliens were in the vent.
Yeah, and that's just because Newt was there. Because they know how, like, Ripley knows how the aliens get through the ship. Like, Ripley knows how the aliens work. She knows that they're in the vent. So, like, if Newt wasn't in the movie, all it would have taken was one line from Sigourney Weaver that says, "Oh, I remember this. They go through the vents," and then they would have known it.
But there's also, one thing we saw, as you're going through this, they can't figure out how the aliens are getting past everything.
They're not the smartest Marines.
Yeah,
let's
they're
face it.
grunts.
Yeah, but let's all face it. If you were to go into a classroom at a college, in a school, and you look up at the ceiling, you're not going to necessarily think that this is a lowered ceiling.
I would. But yes.
Well, if you knew anything about architecture, you would know where, like, how the vents work.
But also, to second that, they saw the aliens already at this point. They saw the ruins of what the colonists tried to do and failed. And they went, hey, it didn't work for them. It would work for us, though, right? I get it that they weren't familiar with the xenomorphs yet and they don't understand. And also, this kind of goes to the point that maybe they never really fought any type of aliens before, because the idea of you fought aliens and you're out in this world, maybe you would have run across something that was smaller and climbed like a bug. Because if there is alien life, which I do believe there is out there in this universe in real life, there has to be lots of different forms of creatures that we're going to run across. And there's a high chance one of them can be bug-shaped.
Yeah.
Yeah, evolution makes crabs. So there's surely, like, crabs and stuff. Like, that's at least on Earth, that's how life works. Life, they say evolution makes crabs. So I'm sure that elsewhere there is a crab. Like, the xenomorph isn't a like impossibly shaped alien. I think it makes perfect sense as an alien. And yeah, again, this movie's great. I love this movie.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to argue against this movie. I'm just saying this, we could do without some of this stuff. The fact that it's here doesn't ruin it, but if it wasn't here and this movie was, say, an hour and 45 minutes long instead of 220, I think it would work better as an action movie, which is obviously what it's trying to be. It's obviously an action movie because once the action gets going, it goes, and the action goes hard, and the action is awesome. And the costuming is great, the puppeteering is great, the choreography is great, even the direction is great in the action. It's just when there's no action going on, my first groan, to go all the way back to the beginning of the movie, the first groan that I had in the movie was when they show Ripley in the stasis chamber and then it fades into the silhouette of Earth. And I was like, oh God, that's right. This is a fucking James Cameron movie.
I think it's
Fair.
It's one of those things they tried to establish in the franchise that Earth has not necessarily seen the best life. It's pretty
No, it looks pretty normal. Like the shot, it just looks like the Earth, and then there's like a really elaborate space station outside it. I don't know. I don't have any problems if any. I don't agree with anything Colby said from beginning to end. Honestly, like I love Colby as a person, we're friends, but I don't think I agree with a single word you said about any of that, about the directing, about it being. And honestly, I think it's more than an action movie. It's a character movie, and the time it spends with the characters, I think, is important, and what elevates it from just being, Fast and the Furious or something.
Yeah.
You know, is what I would say. Like, it's better than an action movie, but it is an action movie first and foremost.
And
But it's a character study about like Ripley. We're not besides
Disagree.
Besides what's his name?
Hudson?
The Hudson, yeah. Well, no, Hicks. Like, you don't really get too much like characterization. You get like very superficial, and I guess if you're looking, like, apparently everybody's armor, like the stuff that they have written on their armor and everything, is like important to the character themselves.
Yeah.
And that's all like really cool stuff, but it's also stuff that for the most part you're not going to catch, like especially if you're watching this movie in the theater. So if
like
you're going
to over and over again, I'm like, yeah, like Hicks has the a bullet hole in his armor and it says "Born Again" on either around the bullet hole.
Yeah, like I love it. That stuff is all like cool and exciting. But if you're watching this movie in 1986 in the movie theater, you might notice it, but you don't care. Like the Marines are very superficially like characterized.
I mean, they're action movie characters for sure, but we get to spend time with them and get to know them and like them. Like Vasquez, you know, like immediately she gets out of the tube. It's like, all right, I'm going to do some behind the head pull ups, you know, just because. And have a little pull-up contest, and they're going to give her shit for being, you know, masculine, and she's going to just give shit right back, like, you know, and all that. And like Gorman, like Lieutenant Gorman, not sitting with the rest of them at breakfast and getting Hicks and Hudson's names mixed up, but not apologizing for it. And when they're on the drop ship and he looks so nervous, and meanwhile Hicks is asleep and Hudson is like screaming like he's on a roller coaster and having a great time. And Sigourney Weaver's like, this year, how many drops have you done? He's like, 38. He's like, simulated.
Yeah.
How many real?
Or like, how many combat drops? 2, including this one. Yeah.
But it also makes sense that Burke picked somebody that was a less experienced Marine because he needed someone that he could manipulate.
Yeah, he needs a yes man. He needs a young, inexperienced lieutenant who's going to do whatever he says and can keep, you know, the Marines in line, you know, keep them. Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's so much about it. And Bishop and the whole stuff with Bishop, like offering, you know, when he sits down and he offers his cornbread, you know, to the people, because he offers his cornbread to Hicks because he's not going to eat it. And then you already saw him do the knife thing. So you already are like, okay, what's going on here? Especially if you've not seen the first movie, which I had not when I, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think all that stuff is necessary. I like James Cameron's direction personally, but I do agree the action scenes are super snappy and well done for sure. And better than they are in any of the other movies, I think, in terms of action.
This is where this is where we start really associating Bishop with the Alien franchise as well. I mean, let's face it, every movie it's either mentioned, since Aliens has mentioned Bishop in some way, or we see a Bishop.
Or a Rook. Romulus.
Resurrection?
No, Romulus, and the newest one, Alien Romulus,
synthetic is named Brooke.
Fucking
that was
the worst part of that movie.
That was really the worst part of that movie. I thought that movie was awesome, except
I actually really enjoyed that movie, but them, like, instead of just, hey, let's cast another actor, we need to do like an AI homunculus of the actor from the first movie, and then we're going to name him Rook as a reference to Bishop, even though he's not playing. I hate it.
Okay, that sounds dumb.
I'm sorry. I did enjoy Romulus more than most people. I also think it's got some really stupid things in it, and that's one of them.
Hey, Kerry,
the worst one.
prepare to be amazed. I agree with everything you just said about that movie.
Well, I thought you would agree
really
on that
like
stuff.
that movie.
Yeah, but
I still like that movie, but the Rook stuff was bad. I also didn't care for now you probably like the gray goo though, right? The Prometheus goo.
Yeah, I like the Prometheus stuff a lot more than a lot of people. I think those movies are incredible.
I like them. I just like each one to do its own thing. I didn't like it being brought into Romulus, but I know I like Prometheus. And I really like Covenant. So
yeah, Covenant's awesome.
Covenant yet. I've seen Prometheus.
I loved Covenant. I thought it was so gay. Like just saying as a queer person,
yeah.
like Covenant is so fucking gay, and it's like, man, Ridley Scott, I didn't know you could be this fucking gay. Like hell yeah, like more gay Ridley Scott.
It is
please. Like I'm okay
that
with
fight between the androids.
Yeah, like
is
I'm
erotic.
okay with old British white people if they're queer, for the record. So it's just like, Ridley Scott, if you want to make more gay movies, please be my guest. I will go see all of them because, yeah, I loved Covenant.
Yeah.
I also
Covenant's awesome.
actually really enjoyed Romulus. I think I enjoyed it a lot more than most other people. I know it had a lot of, like, annoying kind of fan servicey moments, but, like, I actually really didn't mind that. I especially liked the characters in Romulus, except for the fake bullshit.
Well, I have
Yes, exactly.
comment I want to make.
So I thought about it.
Plus, I'm a big fan of Fede Alvarez, the director.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually, potential horror movie hot take here. I'm a huge fan of his remake of Evil Dead. In fact,
me too. Yeah, I liked it too.
I love the Evil Dead remake. I was extremely impressed by it.
Which one? The 2016 one?
It's 2013. It's
13. Yeah, that movie is awesome.
Yeah, that was a fucking great ass remake. And
hot take. I like the new one too. So
yeah, fuck yeah, nice. Hell
the one that's in the apartment. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's it. Evil Dead Rise. Rise is
it's a different one. I was saying I also like that one.
Evil Dead Rise is also fucking awesome. I love Evil Dead Rise.
I know a lot of people didn't like that one because it wasn't at a cabin.
I wasn't thrilled with it, but it was just because it was shot poorly. It was so dark I couldn't tell what the fuck was going on.
I can see that. I was watching it at home on my TV, and so it wasn't bad. But in the theater, it would be.
I saw it in theaters, and it was fine. Like I saw it in theaters, and like the lighting was fine. I didn't have any issues with that. But yeah, I fucking love Evil Dead Rise, and yeah, I also loved the remake. But yeah, I did enjoy Alien Romulus, and I feel like with this movie, like. Once the action gets going, it's just so good. Like it's just so damn good.
Yeah, and it gives you a little bit of a break in the action, which is something that you do need when you have a lot of action. Mm-hmm. You need that break because you can't have somebody just keep going and going and going. Our hearts can't take it.
Oh, totally.
I disagree because the end of the once the action in the Doom movie gets going, it keeps going, and that movie fucking rules.
Are you talking about the new ones or the old one?
The one with the rock in it. That movie is awesome.
That is one of the most horrible fucking movies I've ever seen.
No, it's great. It's awesome.
Oh god, I hated that movie.
I have that one on DVD. Yeah, that is good. I mean, what they did towards the end is trying to capture that first person feel.
That was the only part of it I liked.
Oh, Doom, not Dune. Okay.
Yeah, Doom.
Yeah, Doom.
Okay.
With the Rock.
Yeah, no, I was like, the Rock isn't in Dune. What are you talking about?
That I like that the Rock turns out to be the bad guy, which now that he's got more money than God, he's too arrogant to ever allow himself to be the bad guy in anything.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, remember Black Adam? That DC villain?
I kind of fucking hate the Rock, to be totally honest.
Yeah, same. I do. I
don't want to say hate. I dislike him.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a good guy, but like he's fucking boring. He's such a.
I don't know that he's a good guy. Yeah. I think he's a Republican.
I mean,
he is a Republican. Thanks for reminding me.
I think he's a secret. Him. I mean, anyway. Whatever. I'm getting way off.
Yeah, you're getting.
Aliens. Aliens is a really good movie. And I like Vasquez last almost till the end because she's my favorite.
Yeah,
I want to make.
Notwithstanding.
If any of these motherfuckers should have lived, it should have been Vasquez.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, well, she's a little too foolhardy though. She was like lighting up live ammo when they were supposed to not be shooting with the nuclear reactors around.
Which I gotta say is one of the dumbest fucking moves. The guy should have just said, "Use your flamethrowers only." Unless you have to, let's take all your ammo out of your guns while you are in enemy territory. I mean, and they still don't know what the enemy is.
One stray bullet sets off a nuclear meltdown.
I get it, but trust your soldiers.
Well, I don't think you can though. They just are firing. They're just firing wildly at the shadows.
But then you pull everybody out.
Pull them out, I think, is the right call there.
Yeah, and re-examine the idea.
Yeah.
I mean,
as soon as they landed and saw the situation, they should have been like, "Hey, we maybe need more firepower."
Yeah.
And why are you sending your entire force into one area? That does not work out in movies. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work out in real life.
Well,
Like,
they
who
don't
an
have a
idiot
big
would send
force.
all the cops into a tunnel underneath Gotham City and think that's going to work out well? Like, you just don't do that shit, okay?
It's as Burt Gummer has said. I was deprived serious, crucial information.
Need to know
Need
information.
to know information. But then the thing is, they don't know what they're going into to begin with. This is stuff.
But she does. Ripley knows what they're going into.
Ripley knows.
That's why they brought her
But she's
allegedly.
never seen the amount of numbers that we're seeing.
No, she's just seen one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
one
and
was
here's
enough to take
100.
out. Yeah, one was enough to take out a crew of 7, almost.
Yeah, but
to
an
be
unarmed
fair-
crew of 7. They had like a welding torch.
Yeah, and they were in a giant...
They're
that's what
basically in a
became
submarine. Yeah.
Yeah, this is people that are armed and trained, supposedly in quotations, and are
They
prepared
weren't trained for this
battle.
though.
And
No.
that's why the first movie is better.
This movie is better.
It's still so good. I love like
It is.
when Hicks goes up into the drop ceiling and he pans around with that flashlight and there's just like like half a dozen of them crawling toward
Oh
him
my
real
God.
fast. Oh man, it's so good. It's so good. And yeah.
And that's going back to the puppeteering, like these
Oh yeah.
the costumes and the practical effect. And I'll give James Cameron credit. He knows how to light that stuff so that it looks really good and really scary, but like enough. James Cameron is a good director. The problem is that he knows it and he like doesn't let another editor near his stuff. So like he thinks that everything that he shoots has to be in the movie. It drives me insane. But yeah, he knows how to light the stuff to make it look scary. He did it in the first Terminator too. The first Terminator is a fucking masterpiece and nobody remembers the first Terminator, but it's so much better. Like those
The
first,
Terminator 2. Yeah, I mean I think it's apples and oranges, but I see what you're saying.
and that's
It
the
is
problem.
funny that you have two different franchises where you have like a really good kind of horror movie, sci-fi horror movie, and then James Cameron comes in and makes an action movie sequel that's way more famous and successful.
It's insane. And in both of those cases, the first movie is better because like it's, I don't know. We're not going to get into it. I've said my piece about it, but but like I'm also like blown away. I guess when you're a kid, if you see the sequel, like if you have the videotape of the sequel at home and you've never seen it, like I guess that makes sense. But like I'm trying to think of the adult who goes to the movie theater to see Aliens, who doesn't know who Ripley is and what happened to her. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe people just went to the movies more in 1986 and just saw what was ever there. But like,
well, yeah,
I can't
that was a
imagine-
thing because like VHS was still, it wasn't new, but it was expensive, and videos could be like crazy expensive back then. We had this like taped off of cable. We had this taped off of HBO.
Mhm.
We would get like they would do the HBO like free trial, and we would do that and tape just like, so we just had a wall of VHS tapes.
That's
of like,
awesome.
and this was one of the ones that we watched. So it's this, and it's actually, it's kind of funny. It's like I saw Aliens over and over and over again. Never saw Alien until I was an adult. Ghostbusters 2 over and over and over again. Never saw Ghostbusters till I was in high school, I think, or college. Right. I love those. A couple of other. Oh, we had Superman 4, but not 1, 2, or 3. So we had the Canon films. We had the Canon Films one which has a very similar plot to the new James Gunn Superman. Actually, like almost exactly the same plot. In fact,
That is sad.
it's funny because I love the new James Gunn Superman, but it is funny that it's the same thing. He got a piece of Superman's hair and cloned him and made a Ultraman. Or whatever, Ultraman, and it's the same thing in Superman. Say what?
It's essentially Bizarro.
Well, it's yes, and Superman 4 is the same thing. He only, instead of going to a battlefield and getting a piece of his hair, he steals it from a museum. He and Ned Beatty just walk into a museum where they have a piece of Superman's hair on display and steal it. Like they bring in a pair of bolt cutters and everything. Oh man, It's dumb. He hammers Superman into the dirt of the moon, buries him inside in the moon, or vice versa. I don't remember. Anyway,
Go
but
back
yeah,
to the thing with the Marines, like right when they saw the dead bodies, they should have just turned around.
because they're 4 weeks. They could have reinforcements in 4 weeks, is
They
what they
wouldn't have been
say.
alive in 4 weeks, but yes.
Yeah.
That
Well, that's
that
what I'm saying. They
first-
go back up to space and call in reinforcements and wait.
Yeah. That first scene with the woman who's still alive
Uh-huh.
is still one of the scariest things in a movie. Like when she opens her eyes, and I don't know who this actor is, but like you can see the pain in her face as soon as she
Mhm.
wakes up. And then like they just like torch this alien, and it is so cool.
Yeah, it is. Knowing James Cameron, he probably had her like suspended from fish hooks or something to
I'm sure
increase her
she was-
acting.
I'm sure she was suspended there for way longer than she should have been.
Her hanging from
Actress-
wires, packed with cold packs or something, so she's
Yeah.
getting hypothermia.
The actress's name is Barbara Coles.
Nice.
She's great. Great job, Barbara Coles.
Agreed.
Agreed.
But I feel like that's when they should have turned around, like when they realized, okay, there's something, we're not prepared for this. We need to back the fuck up and
Yeah.
regroup and rethink
But-
because everybody's dead.
Mike, you have said this at the beginning of this episode. That's their characters. You wanted the characterization of these guys.
Yeah, I
Their
know.
characterization is they
Stupidity.
are brash and they think that they're invincible and they're going to go into this battle, and that's their characters. So you're not going to get them to go out of this fight because you've already established that this is who these characters are. And
Yeah,
you wanted it, Mike Albertin. You wanted it.
Well, these are too.
Some colonist daughters from their virginity and then go get some Arcturian poontang.
To be fair, this is also based on Vietnam veterans, and James
Yeah.
Cameron didn't have Vietnam's a fucked up war, and what the hell they put,
Yep.
what the government did and what people did. That's a
Yep.
whole nother conversation, but
Yep.
yeah, no, this fits. And he even said his opinion of the Marines was not good at this time. To be fair, Vietnam had happened. I get it. Like nobody had a high thinking of what happened after Vietnam. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
but
this is a very movie plot. Like all of the
Yes.
stuff that happens in this movie is very movie. I think it might be the most like movie plot of any of these because it does have like a lot of stuff that's like
Yeah, it's the
I
most
think
straightforward like popcorn flick of any of them.
yeah,
for sure.
yeah, for
Romulus,
sure.
other than Romulus, which is very much that. But
I think a lot of people's problem with Romulus is that it's boring.
I don't think it's
That was-
boring. My
don't think it's-
my problem with it is that it's derivative. But
Yeah, I don't think it's boring at all, but like most of the things that I've heard people say why they didn't like it was because it's boring, but I
I don't
think
agree.
they're wrong.
Yeah, I
think
don't
so
agree.
Too. No, I just think it's a little derivative is all. I still liked it.
Yeah.
Here, my hot take is that I like it more than Alien 3, but I don't like
Oh,
Alien
shit.
3 at all, honestly.
Yeah, no, I think that's
Nobody
I
should.
think I do as well.
I really don't like Alien 3, which I've only seen the version that's on streaming on. So, maybe, I saw it when it first came to cable back in like 1990, and I was like 7 years old and should not have been watching it.
Yes.
but I'd already seen Aliens like 10 times by that point. So I was like, yeah, I can watch Alien 3 at my uncle's house when no one's around, sitting on his waterbed, watching it on a 13-inch CRT.
Oh God.
And then I saw it again recently for just the second time on streaming, and I was like, this movie's confusing and boring.
I had a way better reaction after like we watched all of the movies recently, and I was like, ugh, I don't want to get to 3. And then we watched 3 and I'm like, that was way better than I remembered it being.
Yeah, I had a hard time like not falling asleep watching it when I watched it recently. It's just
Let's save that for the Alien 3 podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's
I'll be
right.
back bring me back for Alien 3. I'll watch it a third time and see if third time's a charm.
Yeah. Something else I think it's worth noting about this is like, shout out to the really kick-ass arcade game by Konami for Aliens. Like,
Oh yeah.
man, like Konami always wins, like in their licensed games, but especially for this game in particular, like really fun little arcade game. Like just really solid little run and gunner, like that really actually shockingly feels like the movie. And you're playing as Ripley, even though, like, I don't think it's technically supposed to be Ripley, but the main character looks a lot like Ripley, so it's like, oh, you get to be the character and do the
not on the cabinet art or the.
I know, I was just gonna say, but anyway, like even with that though, like it, like you really feel like you get to be the character and you get to do the cool thing. Like fuck yeah, I love when video games have that type of thing. Like man, big fucking shout out to the licensed video game based off this movie. Like I cannot praise that enough.
A very fun game. The poster for it I posted it in the chat.
Yep.
And they went with like blonde bombshell like actress model for Ripley, and then Newt. I don't know. They went for brunette for Newt. I don't know. It was just interesting.
Yeah,
but it's
weird.
a fun game. It's a fun game. I played it. My local membership arcade has it, and then
nice.
I remember one of the movie theaters when I was a kid had it.
Nice.
I remember playing it there. Yeah,
Well, I can remember the arcade I played it in many times. Of course, I didn't get up there that often, but
I don't think I ever played this actually.
I unfortunately didn't play this like in my childhood. I never saw it in any of my local arcades. I only found out about it once I started going like online as a kid and like finding all sorts of other arcade games where it's like the arcade games I never really got to play in my childhood. And it's like, oh, this exists? And then I finally got to play it like, oh, this is really fun. Holy crap.
oh yeah.
I'm sad this never got any ports to consoles, but I know the console rights to the Alien franchise is kind of like way different. It's a lot of like American companies had the video game licenses for Alien on consoles, which like actually to be fair, like Alien, some of the console Alien games aren't actually that bad. There's a couple of decent ones.
Mhm.
Yeah, there are some decent ones.
Like
Yeah.
Colonial Marines, right?
Oh no.
I like that game actually, but
Nice.
Alien Isolation is really good.
That is
Oh, that game's a masterpiece.
I can't play it.
And
I'm too
also-
much
it's hard.
It's very scary. And also, sorry, I know I said we should save this for that, but like, actually, Alien 3, shockingly, for the movie that it is, also got some pretty decently good licensed video games. So, yeah, Aliens, lucky enough, is a series with actually a couple of pretty good video games to its name.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just, I wanted to give that little, I wanted to bring up that, I wanted to make that little tangent, because I'm just like, you know, Aliens is kind of what, Alien as a franchise and Aliens, kind of lucky, because, like, a lot of franchises only get shitty licensed video games, and, like, Alien is one of the exceptions.
So I have two things that I want to bring up from earlier that I started to
Yes,
say.
please. Sorry.
First, we'll start with the one that's going to piss everybody off. But like the scene when they go to sleep in the medical room, that I really like because that gets
I get
on
it.
more to like the thriller type horror that I'm finding out that
totally.
I actually
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
A lot.
Totally.
She puts the gun on the bed. You see the gun get on the bed, but then when she wakes up, she's like, "We're not okay." And then she reaches for the gun. The gun's not there.
Oh,
You find
yeah,
out
I love that.
Shortly after
Because
that,
Riser took it. Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, I mean, and he was smart. He's like,
Motherfucker.
I'm going to infect these two. Except at the same time, he would have to kill off all the other Marines because there's no way the Marines are going to be like, we can't take them. They're
She explains it.
Yeah,
She gets infected. They'll pull out, and then on the way back, he'll sabotage,
he'll sabotage it.
the cryopods and jettison the bodies and make up whatever
Yep.
story he wants. Yeah,
Yep.
she figures out his entire plan and lays it out in front of everyone.
And I love
It's
it like
great.
that.
They should've
Ultimate
killed him.
slimy bastard.
before that is when it's discovered that he was the one who sent the family out.
Yeah,
He was
and
the
didn't
one-
warn him of like her story, even though it was because he was just trying to get money.
Yeah, and that's also when we find out that they were told not to, they
Tell
weren't going to be
anybody?
destroyed.
Yeah.
No, they weren't going to be destroyed.
Like many great zombie films are, of all time, the actual alien monsters are the humans.
So
Yes.
another thing that I want to mention is how she can't get a license, and there's no other companies to work for. It's just Weyland Yutani, the company that owns everything. So
Dystopia.
so the dystopia, maybe the dystopia they're talking about is going to be when we get to whatever year this is, what 21 something or 2200? Is it
I
going
don't
to be
know.
the Trump organization that owns everything?
Oh
That was-
no.
It'll be Google.
Oh God.
Or Amazon.
I mean, it's
Or
not
Elon
that much.
Musk.
It'll definitely be Amazon. It's not that far away.
No.
Like
Yeah.
Wayland Yutani, everybody
It
seems
is
to
Amazon.
understand. Everybody seems to understand that they're the bad guys, but then people don't see when there's a company that's like actually doing the thing, and I don't understand how people don't see this.
Okay. Aliens is supposed to be set in the year 2179.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, believable.
Yeah.
Alien is supposed to be set in 2122.
Okay.
Yeah.
So about 100 years from now, yeah, absolutely,
I can
Amazon's
absolutely see this stuff. The cryo
Yeah.
sleep, I think, is good. It's adding like a realism to it.
I think we're
Yeah.
going to get that. We'll have
Yeah.
that, I think, in our lifetime.
Oh
The
yeah.
end of it.
Possibly.
But we'll have it.
But let's face it, Wayland Yutani, if you go by the lore set in several films, Wayland Robotics existed as far back as the current day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to mention a very shitty movie, aren't you?
What
It's
movie?
a movie that was in development hell, let's face it.
Alien vs. Predator.
Oh yeah, those. Ugh.
And I think
I only seen the first one.
The
I
only
have never
thing good
been
about the
more
Alien,
excited to see a
the
movie in
only
theaters.
the
and
only
let down.
thing good about Alien versus Predator is that arcade game, the
Yeah.
Alien versus Predator
Yes.
The
arcade
Capcom game. Oh man.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of good video games.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
first-person shooter, Alien versus Predator, is also pretty decent.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's
had
like,
one. I had one on
it-
PC where you
it's-
play as
yeah,
you can play as an alien, a predator, or a human,
or,
and they
yeah,
each have their own campaigns.
yeah. That was a
I wanna
really
play that
decent
one
game.
It was a
someday.
lot of fun.
Really decent.
There's two of them.
the premise that for Aliens versus Predator, it was tossed about so long.
Yeah, true.
It was
Yeah.
started in the comics. People wanted to see it in the movies. It went through development hell.
Well, Predator is it in the comics before Predator 2? Because Predator 2, you see the xenomorph skull on the Predator
Yes.
ship.
Oh, comics, I don't know.
So I don't know. Was that before? I don't know if that introduced it or if the comics introduced it, but I think that introduced it, the idea of it. But
Yeah, that probably did. I bet that
but
was
I
first.
remember, yeah, that was the big thing when we were kids. Like just like it was like, oh, there's gonna be a Freddy versus Jason eventually,
Oh my god.
and then there was, and it's like,
Ironically,
Look-
sorry, just
okay.
sorry, I just want to make this quick little thing. As a huge fan of the Friday the 13th series, and
I blame you, Kerry.
I was just gonna say, I think a lot of people tend to think of the Friday the 13th series as like kind of skeezy. Ironically, Freddy vs. Jason is literally the only movie in the entire franchise, Friday the 13th, to have the F slur. Like, just, I
Oh,
find
was it
that
really?
amazing. For a series in the 80s where, like, yeah, people would just say the F slur a bunch. Like,
Yeah.
like, ironic, and those are hardcore R-rated movies with lots of, like, sex moments, and not really sex, but, like, people, women undressing and scantily clad little moments, and, like, lots of gore and violence. Just, I don't know, I'm sorry, I find that, like, funny. Just, like, of all the moments in that series history, like, that's the only movie in the entire franchise that has an F slur. Just, sorry, I just think it's hilarious.
All right, to answer your question,
yes,
Predator
Yes.
2 came out in 1990, around November 21st, 1990.
Yeah,
The first
okay.
Alien vs. Predator comic was released in February 1990.
nice.
So it's been in the crossover was in the comics first, but of course you don't necessarily say comics are the genuine gospel
Right.
when it comes to franchises.
But I was wondering where the idea came from. But yeah,
But yes, that concept was in development hell for years.
yeah. Well, if we want to, do we want to steer it back to aliens? I guess.
Yes, we will steer back to Aliens because let's face it, we're talking about one of the scene that was voted on Bravo's scariest movie moments. That whole scene in the med lab with the face
Right.
huggers and all that.
Yes, that scene
It's
is so
very
good.
good. So well
And
done.
let's face it, if that movie was made today, we wouldn't necessarily have the little trick that Ripley pulled. I mean, I was explaining it to my daughter. She set off the sprinklers
Yeah.
using a lighter.
Oh,
Let's face it, it's old tech, like how a sprinkler system works.
Yep.
I mean, we see it used even in Superman. Did it in the animated series? Hold up the broom, the broom on fire up to the sprinkler. Boom! Parasite with also live wires abilities in him gets shocked and comatose.
do we not have sprinkler systems in buildings anymore? Is that what you're saying?
Oh no, we still have them, but nobody really. It's like one of those.
For now, once OSHA's gone, they'll get rid of them. Don't worry.
Oh boy.
I guess nobody's
Let's
carrying,
face
like,
it.
not very many people are carrying on lighters anymore. Which
Yeah,
is
But she
also
smokes.
I think is funny about this movie is just
Yeah.
like we're in the future, we're in the far future, we're in space, we're still smoking.
Yeah.
That
We're still
happens a
smoking.
lot. And yes,
Yeah.
she does smoke, and you can tell because one of the first shots of the movie is a 45-second long pan down
Her
of
cigarette.
the smoke trail down to her hand and then up to her face. Fucking
It
James
is
Cameron.
again, I think that's a really good scene. That's evocative, and it's not 45 seconds, but
It's so long.
it's evocative. Like I was pointing out to my son because he's never even been around someone smoking, and I'm like, all right, so you see how the ash is really long on that cigarette? That indicates that she's not smoking it. She's just sitting there letting it burn while she stares into space, and that's like shows you like her kind of like how she's feeling. And I'm just gonna say, I've just looked at it. It's 4 seconds.
It feels so long. It's like almost it's
Or, I'm sorry,
I don't know.
It's 7 seconds. It's 12:31 to 12:38.
Yeah, it's almost fetishized, like the smoke, the way that it follows it down and it follows it down to her hand and then pans up her arm to her face. Like it's not like gross or anything. It's just
It's
weird
visual
how
story.
long that one shot is.
Is visual storytelling, and again, it's
Yeah.
6 seconds. 7
Hey,
seconds.
and I bet all the smokers out there liked it.
Well, no, I mean, it just says so much. It shows you, like, we could just have her stare into space for 7 seconds, but showing that tells us that she's been staring into space for a long time, for like
And
10
let's
minutes.
And let's face it, while it's a horrible habit, it's a better cure than drinking your woes away.
I
I mean,
mean,
she's been through
they're
shit.
both. Yes, and she goes through a lot more shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. I just that's something I always say. I love the another thing. Just these movies, especially the first one, but this one too. The old future tech. I'm in love with that entire
Old future tech is
aesthetic.
awesome.
Old future
I
tech is
agree.
my
Not as good as
favorite.
one, but yeah.
I want
I agree.
every sci-fi movie to have CRTs.
Yes.
Okay, and I want to, you know what, we just mentioned the old future tech. There was a little brilliance that I just discovered. I mean, if you had looked at the scene in the extended edition where Ripley looks at the picture of her daughter, now at 67, that's actually that's a picture of Sigourney Weaver's mother.
Oh,
Aw.
that's neat.
Yeah, I
It
just
bummed me that
discovered
that's not in the regular.
That's really cool. Yeah.
I like that scene a lot.
And that's it. That's mentioned in the book. We could have even had a scene, and it was not in the movie. They didn't film it. It was originally in the script when Bishop is crawling through the pipe to bring down the
They had to
other
realign
crab.
the satellite dish. Yeah.
Yeah, there was actually a moment where he had a near close encounter with an alien. It was like there was like a gap in the pipe where you could see it.
This is in the book.
This is in the book, and it's actually was also confirmed if you go on one of the videos that Alien Theory channel on YouTube did, also mentions that. So that never got filmed. We never got that film. I mean, we get a brief glimpse of him still making his progress through the pipe. And I guess they maybe it would be just cutting it too close, because before he gets into the pipe, he's detailing every step and how much time it's going to take. It's a nice little fact that shows you how close to the wire that they have come, because two grunts decided, yeah, still got our armor-piercing rounds, and it's like sort of karma that in a way that Drake sort of gets taken out first.
Right.
I think Vasquez's go out is also a little bit of redemption for Gorman.
Yeah, he like drags her to
That's a good
safety
scene.
and then sits there and like is like holding her while he's shooting his pistol. He runs out of ammo and gets the grenade, and he's about to pull it, and then she grabs his hand to hold it longer so the aliens will get closer to them before it goes off. Man, yeah, it's perfect.
That's a good scene.
It's just this movie is, again,
how
I've
she
seen it
calls
so
him-
many times. It's just imprinted on my brain, and it's
She calls him an asshole for shooting his
Yeah.
bullets, and I got that right away. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You make sure you save something for yourself. Like, if zombies ever turned out to be real, there would always be one bullet in the chamber for me. So
Yeah, that's the.
if I even made it that long, I might have been like, you know what? I think it's time to leave now. I think we'll just check out now.
Yeah, and again, we talk about one thing. Burke in the book, you see him get his comeuppance. It's even in the Newt's Tale comic where he's plastered to the hive wall, and he feels it in him. So yeah, Burke gets his comeuppance later, but you don't see that in the movie.
I like the way that he does die, where he locks the door and doesn't let them in, but then he gets eaten instead.
Yeah,
He deserved it.
but again,
Or captured, I guess. He doesn't really get
it's
eaten.
implied capture.
Yeah, but still, he's either way, he ain't gonna have a happy ending.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming he blows up first before he bursts out, but either way, he's fucked.
Yeah, he does blow up. I mean, depending on what it is. If you go by the novel, for the book, or the comic, Ripley gives him a grenade. It's like there's only one thing you can do now. Although you have to ask the question, Paul Reiser was helping on a comic that saying, what if he survived? So I don't know how that plays out. I never picked it up myself because...
Yeah, I didn't know this was a thing.
Yeah.
I did not either.
It was announced after Marvel got the license to have Alien.
Oh, so very recently.
Of course.
Within recent years, yes. I've actually
There's an
seen
Avengers
the first
versus
comic, but I never picked it
Alien.
up because, again, funds.
Richard, there's a spot in the internet where I can show you. We can find all the.
Yes, you've shown me. I have it bookmarked. Yeah, it's for the Assassin's Creed comics. So
just be ready. Just be warned that when you look at that website, there are lots of girls that want to meet you. Also, you can see those ads all the time, constantly.
Oh,
So
please.
be careful if you're in a public place and looking at that, and people can see, like, what the fuck, when they walk by. So, never happened to me. Nope, never. So a couple things I want to bring up. I really do like the last part of this movie when they're going to try to get out, like when they're after what does it happen? Okay, they're heading to the bay to get to the ship, and then isn't that when Newt falls? And then
that's because the grenade goes off.
Okay, and then Sigourney Weaver goes down by herself.
Yep.
Okay, that is good shit. Like, that is so fucking good.
Oh, it is great. It is a great moment, and of course, it's also where some of my friends and we all agree when the world comes to an end, it'll be held together by duct tape, because that is what she's using to combine all those weapons into one massive weapon.
I love that. I love how she has the flamethrower and gun taped together.
And to think that Sigourney Weaver was a pacifist.
Yeah.
Anti-gun activist, big time.
Yep.
She objected to all the guns in the movie, but they, Cameron convinced her.
Isn't that one of the reasons why Alien 3 was like that?
Where there's no
could
guns.
Be.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I mean, it was set on a prison.
Yeah, true. True.
Which means you got to go back to the old, we're going to have to whail the shit out of this thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie wouldn't have worked without guns or things because
Marines,
you need it for an action.
Yeah,
an action movie.
Yeah, true.
With this is also the movie that really shows that aliens are vicious because they're kind of in that same thing of zombies. They just don't stop coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they're a lot worse than zombies because, well, one, when you shoot them, their blood will eat you alive. And so there's a lot of things that make them terrible.
Yeah,
yeah.
But at least they don't turn you into an alien when they bite you. So
no,
that would
they
have
just
been
take
worse.
your body and put you in a cocoon and then impregnate you through your mouth.
It's either
you know what? That's true.
They either cocoon you or they use your body to make a new egg.
Yeah,
they had a
bad
queen,
stuff.
They didn't need that one.
Oh, I forgot they used the bodies for eggs. That's not in this or the first one. Maybe the first one, barely.
No, it is in the first one in extra scenes.
Okay.
We've talked
I don't know what you're talking about. Yes.
About Alien.
That was a year ago, sir.
It is established in the lore.
Yeah, but my Alien knowledge is I've seen all the movie once, just about, and it's about as far as it goes. So the show is improving that, but not super good.
Remember, folks, you can convince him to read the comics.
Actually, I'm thinking about it for the record.
I do. So. I hate that extended universe bullshit. Like, put the stuff in your movies. I don't need the comics. I don't need the novels. I don't need the TV shows and. Yeah.
I enjoyed the comics. I even found one that I had known about but never got a chance to see until I went to North Carolina a couple of years ago.
I gotta say, Bishop is really good in this. I just love all the final stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I got confused because I must have looked away or something. Because I was watching until all of a sudden they're in the ship. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, you had to look away for a few longer than just a moment.
I mean, it's not like I was playing any card game or anything, okay?
Jesus Christ, Michael.
I don't know if I was or not for sure. I'm not sure what happened, actually.
We have that face off that once she finds Newt and rescues Newt, they end up walking into the Queen's chamber.
Yeah.
That is so well done.
That
Designed by James Cameron.
it is such a beautiful moment because no words are said, and it drastically shows how intelligent Queen is compared to the drones.
Oh, I see what got me. No, I was paying attention because I remember her saying we're not leaving, and she's bringing him on the ship. And all of a sudden, you have a couple seconds of Bishop flying, and then you see the ship, and that's what confused me. I was like, "Wait, what?" So I was actually paying attention. I think I looked away, looked at a cat or something. I might have not snapped actually during
That
this.
whole section is just so beautiful. I mean, the way that she flames the flamethrower, whoosh, and points it at the eggs.
So wait, I have a question. Why was the nuclear reactor going off? Because it wasn't because of them, correct?
No, not because of the aliens. It's because one of the bullets.
Oh, it did go stray.
Thing. Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
It was starting
Yep.
to vent.
Lieutenant Gorman was right.
Actually, no, it's Gorman didn't even realize it. Ripley's the one who asked about what the
Ripley, that's right. It was Ripley that warns them about it.
Even Burke then said, "Yeah, that's that's a nuclear fission reactor. One wrong
That's
shot."
right. He was probably thinking that's going to be really expensive.
That's all he was thinking in this movie.
Yeah, that's what
Well,
that's one thing.
No, he's probably thinking that it would get rid of these aliens that are a valuable commodity.
That too.
Imagine just dropping these things on the battlefield.
But
Yeah, but then you got to go clean it out when you're done.
Oh,
Yeah,
you,
but I mean,
you drop them somewhere you're not planning on being anyway.
But it's like one of the same things. We're talking about nuclear detonation, and you won't have time to get to minimal safe distance.
Yeah, but yeah. So I love the confrontation with the alien queen, and then she sets it on fire anyway.
Because the egg opened.
Yeah.
There's a little scene there where she looks at the alien, she looks at the eggs, looks back at the queen, and then the queen looks at one of the grunts, and the grunt walks out of the doorway to let her go. I like that.
Yeah,
that has to be what is happening. It couldn't have been just me assuming.
No.
Okay.
Ripley has shown that she can torch these eggs.
Yeah.
Queen does not want that.
Well, no, it's her babies.
Yeah. So it's like, let them leave.
I also love the fact that even though she torches everything more than she needs to, they're all gonna blow up in minutes. But she just fuck you.
Well, she wants to be sure.
Fuck you.
She wants to be sure.
It's one of those things. She's like, you just betrayed me.
So
she
good.
went ballistic, which also
I love that though.
off the queen.
And she takes off her fucking egg sack. That is.
Yeah, I love when the queen rips the egg sack off to get them. And then they manage to make it up, and you think they're all right. They're on the loading dock. Everybody's okay. Hicks has got bandages over his eyes. He's going to be all right. Bishop's okay. And then, boom.
Yep.
You see the little drop of acid, and then boom, just Bishop's chest.
It's fucking
that
torn
alien
in half. Just,
Yeah, that, and he's spitting up milk blood, just spewing the milk blood.
The synthetic blood is so disgusting.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. And yeah, it just rips him in half. Torso here, legs here.
Yeah.
It's a good scene.
And it unfurls, how it just unfurls, and it's this giant puppet. Oh, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads to, Ripley telling Newt to go and trying to keep the queen's attention. She manages to run in to safety to get into the power loader so she can have a good old-fashioned beat 'em up with the queen.
Imagine.
So good.
Can you imagine how badass that moment would be if it was the first time we saw her getting into that power loader and kicking ass in that thing instead of moving a box?
I disagree with that.
I
think
disagree.
you need those scenes first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it sets it up. It's the Chekhov's gun.
Yeah, it's one of those, you put it in there, this is going to come back later.
Yeah, but you knew that she knows how to use them because that's her job.
No, we don't know that.
Because we do, because she says it. They're talking about it, that's her job. So it's already established that she knows how to do it. So if she got into that thing to fight the alien and be like, that would have been like, whoa.
All she does is
cool in that thing.
All she does is say, I can work that power loader. I have a class 2 license.
Yeah.
And
that's all she said. That's all she says. A class 2 rating.
That's enough.
You don't see it do all the stuff that what she's using it for in this fight.
Yeah, we see her pick up just some missiles with it. I think the deleted scene where we see her learning to use it and all that stuff and getting rated on it, that was extraneous. But no, I think showing her in the beginning of the movie, then it comes back. It's we saw this really cool thing 30 minutes into the movie. here it comes back in the last 10 minutes, you know?
There's never been a scene showing her getting her rating.
No, but the deleted scene where they show her using it before she uses it on the ship.
No, I don't think there was one in there. I didn't see one, and I remember I watched the special edition.
Okay, I thought there was a deleted scene where they show it ahead of time.
You see
But-
other people using it.
Oh, that's what it is.
in-
Okay,
And on the in the
on the
loading
Sulaco.
bay. Yeah, on the Sulaco. And
You know,
I get where she's coming from in that scene. I feel like a fifth wheel. Is there anything I can do?
no, that's fair. I like that it's there ahead of time to build up, like you said, the Chekhov's gun to have it. I have no problem. I also get where you'll be like, if just having the mention and all of a sudden you see it in action, both could work. But also, I'm going to go from the producer aspect of we already paid to make the model. Let's just film a few scenes with it to make it worth it. So
Yeah, well, you love boring stuff in movies, Mike.
I do actually sometimes.
And that model was co-designed by Caterpillar. That unit was co-designed by Caterpillar.
I'm surprised they didn't put one into production yet.
There are.
Oh, I
There
should
are
have known.
now, but they aren't like the walking kind. I mean, when you think about how that fight scene played out, I don't think they would have built something for that just to have that.
I mean, hey, we got forklifts and people racing forklift trucks, I'm sure, at many warehouses and factories. So, hey,
I think
Yeah.
Forklifts are fun to drive.
they are.
They are.
I'm trying to think. I saw a video of the power loader.
I miss
Like
driving a
Caterpillar.
forklift sometimes, but I don't miss factory work at all.
Yeah,
so.
I'm exactly there with you.
Oh,
There were
here.
times that, random thing. I did once drive one of those big Caterpillar type things. Like it was a real big one and it had like a forklift on the front. Because if you ever go to the Mall of America, this is a comment for only certain people. And there's big pots in front of some of the doors, literally to block cars from driving through there. And my job for one night was to lift them up. And I remember doing it, and the security got all mad at me because I was taking too long. Because every time a person walked by, my ass stopped. Because I'm carrying like a 2-ton pot. If I hit the wrong lever and I drop this thing, if I drop it on somebody's foot's gone. That's it, foot's gone. So is my job. Who knows what else is going to happen? So I'm like,
Here,
we ain't moving this when someone walks by. Like, I ain't hitting someone with this. I ain't like, this is... I remember they got all mad at me, but that's what you reminded me of. So yeah, not fun.
Mike, I just put the link to a video of Caterpillar actually having one of those units designed.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, it's not the walking kind, of course.
No, because you don't
Paint
need that.
Yeah.
But it is an amazing unit.
Don't tell me I don't need that. What if I do need a walking power loader?
If you have the money and want to spend on it, I'm sure somebody will design it for you if you pay them. That's
So
True, that's very loud.
So we have the fight.
yes, it was.
Yep, the fight.
Puppet versus puppet. It's great. It looks better than it could possibly have looked if it was CG.
Again, the puppet work. Whoever
It's
made
so
these
good.
puppets
Sam
and
Winston.
Yeah.
and they're doing the puppeteering. Fucking incredible. So cool looking. Like the way that these things move and that because they're puppets, they move so like unnaturally that again, like you said, if this was CG, it would have looked like crap because they would have made it look like, oh, something would really move. But since they're puppeteering these things, it's so unnatural the way they move, and it makes it so much better.
More alien. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love that Bishop in his like last like dying gasp or whatever saves Newt.
Yeah, that was good too.
Well, he wasn't
Yeah.
technically dead, but
I mean,
Well, he's
cut in
definitely
half.
not doing well.
yeah, well, that
He's had better days.
is in that moment that we have our bullshit. When if you want to look at it with a critical eye.
There's a lot of. Oh, you mean the fact that the ship just doesn't crash right when they open the window?
No, that Ripley's able to climb out of there while the
Oh.
fact of space.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it really, once the air decompressed out of there wouldn't be, it would just be nothing. But yeah, she would be like dying.
Yeah.
But still, it's fun.
Yeah.
And so they're all right. And then they get in the cryopods to go to sleep. We get Bishop's last line, that not bad for a
Not
human.
bad for a human. Yep.
Love it.
and don't we hear an
It's
egg opening in the credits?
No.
No.
Oh.
I think Alien 3 was just like, we're going to start
Okay.
over.
They throw that in there after that's going to be one of those that it ends just like the first one ended. It could have been a standalone story.
Yep.
And that is a beautiful ending. And of course, there's also the other thing. All throughout the film, Newt calls, Ripley, Ripley.
Yeah.
But right at that last moment, she's like, Mommy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good scene too.
Yeah. And that little girl, Carrie Han, she bonded with all those people.
And then became a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't act in anything again until 2020 something? 2020?
And something related to Alien. I mean, she's helped.
Yeah.
Takes part in, I think, the podcasts and that. But whenever they have like one of those, get together things, like what they do with all these films and meet and greets, she does. She does the comic conventions.
Yeah, she came to one that I went to years and years ago, but I didn't meet her. I kind of regret that, but
San Diego Comic-Con. She was part of the Aliens 30th anniversary panel. And just think, in about 4 more years, she could be doing the 50th anniversary panel for the franchise.
Sigourney Weaver's 75 years old.
damn.
I was just gonna say, like, Sigourney Weaver in this movie and in in Alien, it would have really done it for me. But in Aliens, her cryopod outfit, that was an awakening for me at like 10 years old.
I think I'd like this ending better if I didn't know what the next movie was.
Yeah,
I was irritated, but that's not
then
this movie's fault.
killing Hicks and Newt off screen is just frustrating.
Yes,
well,
but
like, and a majority of the comics that were first released, Aliens Book 1, Aliens Book 2, Aliens Female War, Newt and Hicks are in those. But because of the third movie, when it was adapted to trade paperback or adapted to a novel, mass market paperback, Steve Perry, he had to change the 2 characters because of what the third movie did.
all the more ways that movie fucked up things.
In fact, even the comics, when they were re-released after for a time after that, changed the names as well. It was only like in special collections that you could get the original.
All right, any last things you guys want to say? Should we go to Shelf Stacker Box?
I don't think I have anything more to
I
say.
got nothing.
Okay. All right. We'll go to Shelf Stacker. I'm going to lead us in. I'm going to put this on the shelf. I had a good time with this movie. I could have easily watched it in one sitting if sleepiness didn't get the best of me, but I had fun. I still enjoyed it. I still like Alien 1 more, but that's because that's just my type of movie. Apparently, I'm finding out more and more slowly. But no, this is still a really good movie. I enjoyed it. My only complaints really are superficial and what follows it, and that's not this movie's fault. Put it on the shelf, and I'm glad that now this is part of the show. And Richard.
Oh, definitely shelved. I mean, this is one of those few movies I've owned multiple copies of in my life, on VHS tape, on DVD. Probably if I ever did get a Blu-ray copy of it, I get that. But I mean, I've had even both the regular edition and special edition. So yeah, this is definitely a shelf.
All right. And Kyle.
Well, I'm going to say this is easily on my shelf. I may not have commented as much on this movie as I may have seen for this episode. I think there are some small moments of this movie that don't work for me, but I feel like overall this movie fucking totally goddamn rips. I'm gonna say, though, my favorite James Cameron movies are Terminator 1 and 2. This is still a damn good contender, though, as one of the best movies of the 80s in the decade. I'm gonna say, yeah, this is easily on my shelf. This would go in that big, just cool as hell, like, Blu-ray box set. Though I will strictly keep this on Blu-ray, not the 4K that has all that AI garbage in it, which fucking pisses me off. I hate that James Cameron is now all fucking into AI. Like, fuck off, James Cameron. This is where my thing about James Cameron comes in, where it's like, I love the man, but I also get extremely fucking angry with him and really upset with him, where it's like, dude, I know you're better than this, you fucking idiot. Oh, damn it, come on. Like, you directed some of the greatest action movies of all time, and it's just, no, please reconsider this. Like, yeah, like this, I would easily get like the Blu-ray of this, or a VHS of this, or a DVD of this. Like, this movie is just so damn good.
Okay. And Kerry.
Oh yeah, definitely on the shelf. This is one of my top 20 favorite movies of all time. I've got it on the shelf behind me. Like Richard was saying, I bought it it was one of the first movies I bought on VHS in high school when I started buying my own movies, because I wanted like a good copy of it, and I got it on DVD, and I think I have it on Blu-ray now. Yeah, it's absolutely on the shelf. Top tier top tier movie, and I'd say my favorite James Cameron movie. So
Okay. And Colby.
I'm gonna put this on the shelf. I mean, it's a part of my favorite movie franchise. I have some problems with it. There's parts of this movie that I'm going to skip, and that's fine. But when it gets going, it really gets going. When it's good, it's great. But yeah, it's no Alien, but what is? Like, but it's still a great movie despite my
Very good point.
my little problems with it. You know, it's still 2 hours, 2 hours and 20 minutes. I can edit it myself because everything in the movie is good. Like, so I can edit it with my fast forward button and, I know what's going on and I get to see the good stuff, and it's still a great movie. And I didn't see this one as much. Like, I grew up with like the horror movie versions of stuff. Like, so I watched Alien, I watched the first Terminator like 100 times more than I watched, the action movie sequels. So I don't have the Aliens nostalgia, but it's still, God, what a good movie. Don't forget what I said, but like scratch what I said and it just listen to this. What a great fucking movie this is.
All right. And then we'll go to plugs. And Kerry, where we'll find you at?
hey, I'm on Twitch and YouTube as Karooseta, Kerooseta. I modify and repair video game consoles, but more commonly just stream whatever I happen to be playing at the time. Did some Civilization streaming the other day, Civilization 6 streaming. So if you like watching mostly silent, just streaming of games, check that out. Or I'll be doing more repairs now that it's cooling off and my workshop is, well, it's not cooling off, I guess, after it cools off. Right now my workshop is like 115 degrees, so I'm not doing very much.
You live in Texas. That is fair.
Yeah.
And Kyle.
Well, you can find me on Blue Sky at chibufo.bsky.social, and you can find my podcast, the Unidentified Flying Obsession Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
And Colby.
You can listen if you're looking for something a little bit different. I have a podcast called Jack Billings Presents. It is a scripted comedy podcast, absurdist thing that takes place in different dimension Reading, Ohio's. Or if you're looking for a more traditional podcast, you can listen to This Bizarre Adventure, where me and my podcast soulmate B talk about the show JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
And Richard.
You can always find me up on my YouTube channel, which is Rich Kale, where I play through various games, franchises, and all that. I've actually played through the Alien Isolation game, played through the Aliens vs. Predator games, from the one that was released, considered 2000, and of course the 2010 release. All fun games, and a bunch of others. And of course, you can always find some of my stuff on the fic websites like fanfiction.net and Archive of Our Own.
All right. And if you enjoyed this episode, there's over 800 other episodes of this podcast. We do movies, TV shows, video games, comics. For the very few Alien content we have, you will show notes, first movie, and I think only one game we've ever done so far yet of Aliens. So definitely go check those out. If you want to support the show, we do have a Patreon, a little dog. You vote in our Patreon poll. We have 1 to 2 polls a month. Also, if you want me to shout out your YouTube show, as little as $10, I will mention your show every episode. So we got listeners. So if you want to, any great way to support the show too. And also, if you want to be a part of the show, if you want to suggest things for the show, if you just want to learn, join our Discord. It's free. We're always happy to have new people join our Discord. And I want to give a shout out to my awesome intro and outro critic, Helena at Hell Has Free. Follow her on TikTok and Instagram. And check out A Gamer Looks at 40 with Bill Tucker and absolutely the best podcast of Work in Progress. We talk about MC movies and MCU adjacent movies. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, audio only, and rate and reviews wherever you get your podcast. I think that's everything I need to say, so we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Sorry,
Bye.
Editing Mike, for the beginning of the show.
Take care.